It's not just about the syllabus, it's about the soul. Welcome to this very special episode of Telltale Podcast, the pod that tells you amazing tales. This Teacher's Day, we get to know more beyond the classroom, to know more about the heart behind the chalkboard. I am Abigail B. Tanajeros, and together with me is the ever-curious Eliza Marie Reyes.
Hi everyone! Happy Teachers Day to all our amazing mentors. Today, we pause to honor the teachers who shape who we are, not just through lessons and lectures, but through the kindness, patience, and faith they showed us. In this special conversation, let's take a moment to remember the ones who made a difference. Expect some real talk, a few laughs, and maybe a tear or two. Because today, we're talking about lessons that stay in our heart forever.
We are honored to be joined by one of our most beloved faculty member, Mr. Jake Sumampong, a faculty member of the Department of Languages and Literature in the College of Arts and Sciences. He is based in Lantapan, Bukidnon, Philippines. He holds a Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, and a Master of Arts in Language Education, English from Central Mindanao University. He is a licensed professional teacher. His academic expertise lies in language education, language curriculum, and language pedagogy. He currently teaches a diverse range of subjects, including art appreciation, purposive communication, and Philippine pop culture.
So let's all welcome Sir Drake Sumampo. So sir, welcome. Hala. What an honor to have you here. How are you feeling today?
I'm actually feeling tired from my class.
Oh.
I actually have 4 classes this day, but I'm very happy and honored to be invited as your guest today.
Thank you so much, sir. So let's start with something light. What's one thing your students might not know about you?
What's something they don't know about me? I actually share a lot with my students. Even personal experiences, I share that with my students, especially experiences that can inspire them. So if there's something that they don't know, siguro, that we are I have 5 brothers and 1 sister. And then the only sister in the family, only daughter in the family.
Okay, so if you weren't a teacher, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
If I'm not into teaching, actually, teaching is not my dream course or profession. When I was in elementary or high school, when asked what I wanted to be in the future, I always say I wanted to be an engineer. That's my dream course. I wanted to be an engineer. Unfortunately, there are some circumstances na niabot, especially with my physical condition. I was not able to pursue my dream course because of my physical disability.
Okay, sure. What made you say yes to teaching regarding with what was it a calling or a detour or a surprise?
It's actually a redirection. But I told you earlier, teaching is not my profession at the very beginning. I was just into teaching. It's because it's the only course available at the time. It's not because it's the only slot I have. The story is that, I told you, I'm not into teaching at elementary to high school. And I really wanted to be an engineer.
Yes.
Just like my brother, I wanted to be an engineer, but circumstances happened na I am disabled. I don't know if you have noticed with my eyes, I am physically disabled. I cannot see with my right eye. So it's blind, total. It's not black. It's actually a stereotype to call it black. It's dark, but it's not black. So I cannot see with my right eye. That's my disability. I am partially disabled. So that condition hinders me to pursue engineering because during the medical examination, I have to have my certificate. Diba? During first year, dapat na medical. The doctor will not sign my medical certificate if I will pursue engineering. Why? Because that's too much for my eye. And then, how about accountancy, doc? I thought accountancy because at least my number.
Yes.
But no, even accountancy is not for me now because of my condition. So, what did I do? I nagpa-enroll ko this sa CMU, that's 2015. Yan ko sa CMU without any idea on sa kurso. Ang enrollment before is dira sa UASP, sa graduate school, katod man na.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Di, I'm enrolled sa una. Di ba, kabante yung paggawas, naidalan pa dulong edok?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's my sign.
Oh.
Lord, give me a sign. Naidalan pa dulong edok. And before, I have to go home early after the enrollment because wala pa yung diversion road. Before, I have to commute pa. We don't have car that time. So, I have to go home early. So, I have to finish early. My sign is College of Education. That's the, di ba, dalan ba dalong? And then, I thought that's the final na decision. But unfortunately, pag sulod dito, you have to choose pa the major. Di ba? Kaya naman yung major yung edox. So, nagpili ko og actually, akong sign, dapat makulig og sa'yo. Nigawas ang guard from the physics department. Ana siya nga, dili ka dong, kay gamay ra ka naglinya, mahuman kag dali. Di ba, ito, gusto ko makamag sa'yo.
Yes.
So, happy ko matintal sa physics.
Yes, sir.
But unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, but I realized na kung wala naglinya, diri, lisod yun ni. Kaya wala naglinya sa physics.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
wala akong naglinya sa physics. Luckily, nigawas ang chairperson sa English department. Isang last 5 na lang as slots. And I was very confident in my English by the time. So, gihatag na ko akong report card. Kaya before report card, naman na siya. And then interview. I don't know what happened. Kasi nakita niya sa kuha. Nag-iira akong gidawatid. So, what happened? Ano naman ko itong interview? Di ba naman screening? Ano siya nga. There's a painting sa Luyos chairperson. Describe that painting. Ano rin ang screening? So, I told her nga, Ma'am, the painting is so beautiful. The painting is so colorful. Ano rin akong script? Hindi ko ganahan sa kung kurso.
Yes, sir.
I don't know kung saan nakita, pero yun yung gidawat. Apil ko sa last nga, 5 years na. So yeah, that's the reason na nag-push na ko English or education. And later on, nag-learn na ako sa lab, especially with my classmates. And at the very first semester, pagkit sa klase, patudlo na ganyan. So I get to experience teaching students, talking to students, and I love doing that. Siguro, na-realize ni Lord nga, si Lord yun na-realize. Na-realize na ko nga, ay tabian, manggug ka sa bata. So, dili na kay pa-teacher. Hilig maka-mysterious. So, yeah, it's actually not a calling for me, but it's a redirection from God. You're not supposed to be in engineering field, kaya pang, eduk ka, pang teacher.
So, going back, sir, di ba, anak ka nga, 5 slots na lang nabilin. Ikapila ka ato, sir.
I don't know, kapila ko ito. More last, manggulo ko ito. Last ko nga interview.
Oh, so it was really meant for you.
It's a redirection.
So next question, sir. We're curious, why did you choose to teach in BAAL's program specifically? Why not in another department?
The story is in I actually had my demo teaching at the College of Education. I was very confident that time, fresh graduate, dito na go demo. So akong kontrato kay PhD, Masters, ako fresh graduate. So usa kong panlaban na itong mga kuan, PhD, Master. So wala akong nadawat sa education. But October 2020, na urgent hiring ang DLL. They need to have one teacher because October na wala pa teacher mga estudyante. So ako nga nakademo naman ko sa education, ano sila nga why not kanina lang siya. Kaya nakademo na siya, okay na siya dito. So no, that's the reason why nabahan ko DLL. So education graduate ko pero gidawat ko sa DLL, especially because ako magong field kay English man pug ko.
Yes.
So I can teach purposive communication, art appreciation, and then Philippine pop culture.
So was there something or someone that encouraged you to stay and grow here in BAALS?
Something or someone.
Yes, sir.
Maybe aside from the salary. Actually, I have kuan pa 3 brothers that time of Keswila. So I have to support also them. So I have kabalo na jud ko na the government na mga pay is kung siya it can sustain me and then ako mga brothers and sisters nga nag-eskwela. So that's first motivation nga. Naman ko pay, makapa-eskwela ko sila. Okay. Another reason na stay ko sa DL is that I love the workplace. I actually love my workmates sa DLS office. Although I don't know kung kasulod mo sa office mo sa hilo mo po kayo pero
Yes.
no, that's normal. Pero kung wala ni mo estudyante sabat ka ng DL. So I love my workplace. Actually, I love my colleagues. That's the reason also. And I stayed, actually, akong plano that time kay, I will stay in CMU hangtod mahuman ko masters. At least napog ko makasustain sa akong pagswela. Kay gusto ko nga masters ko dapat dili bayaran na magpapa. Isa rin nagbayad sa ko sa undergrad. Ako gusto ko sa graduate, ako na pagbayad tanan. So I stayed to CMU for the reason na gusto ko ako magpa-school sa kagalingon. I finished last year. Doon nga ako dire. Ako plano ba dapat moment wala na ako pag masters pero I stayed here because kitagaan po ko na opportunity nga mag-stay. Sige sa pangutan na sa mga Jay, gusto ko ba ka mag-pair niyo? Okay. Pero gusto ko ni Lord yung diri ko. So dire ako.
So That was an inspiring talk, sir. So, we know every class has its own personality. What's one unforgettable moment you've had in the classroom?
One unforgettable. Diri ba sa semi or okay not semi? Actually, my very first teaching experience is ST, student teaching. Diba? From the College of Education, you have to have an internship, student teaching. So, that's actually very memorable for me. So, aside from it's my first time doing a teaching, it's memorable because I get to experience teaching students with different good ng mga lalayong sila experience. I have a section before nga, I don't know if I can say this, but victim siya sa abuse, bullied siya, kaya siya physical disability. In one section, ang uban sa tanan. Diba? Imagine that. And then realize na, lako, yun siya kapag handle silang advisor. Ako that time, igul ako matilig to yung English. Saan kasi advisor? I got to realize din nga, teaching is not just delivering the lesson, but also understanding your students in their perspectives, in their situation. And that inspires me nga. I think it's my job also to be kanang itong duulanan sa estudyante kung nasa problema. Aside duulanan lang sa lesson, I want to be someone na duulanan sa estudyante sa ng problema. What inspires me, the one incident here, one experience your situation kay 2 months naman ng ST. There was once, isa kayo estudyante dito nga kuan, babae to siya. Na siya disability sa mata. So I get to relate sa iya kasi disability sa mata, so ginabuli dito siya sa mata. So magpa-oral recitation ko sa katawan siya. Then ako gusto ginapaglaba, gipagtanggol na ako siya dito nga diba tingnan na. So paghawa na ako dito na siya nilaka. Okay, sa tanan niya teacher ako ra mo daw ang kanang galaban gid sa iya nga patanggol siya ng kuan to. Nanihawa pag ko dito. So that actually hurt me also kay hindi na ko siya gusto biyahe kaluto siya ta. Pero no, I have to leave man katuman sa man. And that incident is actually so memorable for me. And I have no communication with the student na doon kung nag-college na ba siya. But nakita na ko yung mga classmate na dire, more second year na. So I'm praying on second year na po dito siya karon sa college.
From that experience, sir, unsay mong na-learn na lesson? Like, unsay mong na-take na as a teacher nga mag-handle og students nga gina-abuse, gina-bully because of their disabilities.
Siguro the lesson I've learned from that experience is teaching should not just focus on delivering the lesson but also understanding the students, because it's not enough that you deliver the lesson without understanding the situation of the students. Example, okay, may ka mo tudlo, okay, gutom na yung estudyante, ba? May ka mo tudlo pero nang luwa ka bantay nang luspad siya, kay wala siya kaon or gi-abuse na siya or bully na siya. But it's not enough that you deliver the lesson well, but also you have to understand the students well. That's why, actually, when I was in 1 year student teaching, even in college now, I ask students, na how are they during the class, if I'm delivering the lesson well ba, or passport ko mo storya, because there are some students mo nga di kapas sa akong discussion, or yung sila nga dugay makasabot sa discussion, so I asked them. There was also that instance dito sa SMU, I have a student na dyslexic. Like, hindi nga alam kay first day sa class late siya. And the reason is that dili siya kabasa magod sa mga numbers sa rooms or sa mga description sa rooms kay dyslexic siya. Pero baka ba dyslexic, di ba? Mag-klase jud ko kay layo na mong discussion. Kaya pa siya mangutan na sa question nga pang niagi pang discussion. Kaya pa niya na read yung sentence. Kaya pa na, okay, dyslexic siya. So, I have na ako nirealize, nitugan siya sa kuha, sir, pwede ka na sa lesson sunod, kaya hinahinayon, or kanang isabtan na ako kay magkuhan mo siya dyslexic po siya. So with that experience, kung wala ko nakabantay, wala ko siya nitugan sa kuha, kung padayon jud ko nga passport yung lesson. So mo to siya, aside from delivering the lesson well, you have to understand the estudyante.
That's so kind of you, sir, to consider your students and not just to deliver the lesson, but also to ask them how they are, for them to catch up with the lessons better.
Actually, that's the most difficult thing also with teaching. I don't know if familiar mo ni Sabrina Ongkiko. She is a public school teacher and a very famous na speaker. Gatad talk na siya. Siya na ingon niya. Ibang ko siya sa podcast niya. Unsa ang pinakalisod ng part sa teaching? And she said nga, ang pinakamahirap sa pagtuturo ay yung mga bagay na wala kang control. Example of that, yung mga estudyante. Yung mga individual experiences estudyante, you have no control over that. Example, nakita ng mga estudyante nga gutom. Okay, nabaan mo nga gutom siya. And then, okay, pakaroon mo for that lesson, pero can you do that for all throughout the sem? You have no control over that. You have a student nga abuse. Nabaan mo nga abuse siya. And then, okay, you can report. Pero, how about silang balay? Do you have control about that? Do you have control with the mga bullies siya? Ba? So, that's the difficult thing about teaching. I can deliver the lesson well, pero how about your students? Who will understand them? How can I understand them? That's difficult.
Okay, sir. So, have you ever had a lesson that didn't go as planned but turned out better than expected?
Meron ba? There was one instance this time lang. This time lang. I teach art at Manila. There was this student na nangutana sa kuha. Actually, question about art and then honestly, I have no idea about kung i-answer siya ha. Because what would you answer siya ha? Like, come out of nowhere. Nga nakapangutana siya ani. Nakurat yung ko pag nga lang. Sorry, wala yung ko kabalo siya. So I honestly told him ganyan. Based on my, based lang sa akong idea, mali ako pwede nga ma-answer. So, I was so surprised at that, but luckily, na-estudyante di ay nakabalo siya sa answer. Wala ko na-expect na, batasan siya kabot niya, sir, I have the answer. Nakikita ko na sa YouTube. So, I was so surprised kaya wala gano'n sa akong plano. Wala sa plano sa mga klase, mga tanong, tapos ang estudyante, ang kwan, estudyante rin yung answer. Pero it turned out so well, nga nakarealize yung mga launo, sakto, pwede, I got to realize nga, dili lang estudyante makatuon sa but also pwede ko makatuon estudyante.
So based from that experience, sir, did you feel like na natapakan mo pagka-teacher nga, no, kabalo lang student pang ni
Yeah, pagka-cut off guard yun ako, amin ako lubog. Sabi lang, teacher, bakit dapat kabalo ko tanan? But then, I realized na, no, teachers are not all the time all-knowing.
Yeah.
If you keep on putting the stereotypes yung kagaling mga teachers should be all-knowing, ikaw ma-stress. Or ma-stress with the teacher nga dapat, it's actually, kung siya, necessary nga, handa ka, prepared ka sa klase, pero not to the point nga dapat all-knowing ka. Hindi na ka pwede mo dawat o answer sa uban, o di na ka pwede mo dawat o ng comment sa uban, kaya dapat ikaw sakto. That's actually wrong. That's arrogance na. The teacher should not be like that. Teacher should be understanding. Teacher should be accepting sa mga estudyante.
Okay, so next question, sir. What's your favorite thing about teaching, especially the BAL student?
Para students. Actually, kaisa pa nakatulog og BAES. Kaisa pa ako nakatulog BAES. Batch nilang KPI og ninyo ron si batch nila basta kung sa karon second year ba sila ron? Second year sila karon. I handled purposive communication silang section.
Baas yan, sir. Second year.
Purposive communication second sem, I think.
Second
Yeah. What's the question?
What's your favorite thing about teaching?
Favorite thing, especially BAELs.
Yes.
What I love with BAELs na section, actually, mabaan ako ang BAELs ng section. Why? Tabihan. Ang mga BAELs na section, ang BAELs na section, kay permitting mo raise silang hands. Ang BAELs na section, kay kung ipa-report na ako, or mga tanong ko question with all the actions, kung marang natunan nyo ka mga amit siguro, with all the diction and pronunciation, sakto yun siya. Like, kung na mo mamali og kwan, pronounce, dingin din tanan siya.
Naka-monitor, sir.
Monitor yun siya, girls. Diba? So, that's what I love about teaching BAELs. Grabe kasi naka-participative. And then, not just participative, but also, dako sila graduate because they excel well. Dako sila, tsada sila performance sa klase, mga BAELs.
Okay, sir.
Sa hard, sir.
Bright mo ng BAELs. Wait, bright ba ang linguist?
Yes, sir.
It takes by grabe nga thinking and then grabe nga gamit sa utok to be just a linguist.
Yes,
Kaya
sir.
lisod kayo ma-understand the language.
Yes, sir.
Ba? Gabisaya ta, Tagalog ta, English ta. Imagine that, Spanish mo kamamduri.
Yes,
Mandarin pa mo. Diba?
Napay
Imagine
Korean
that.
ka rin, sir.
Imagine nana mo, ikaw rahat, o lima mo na ba? It takes grabe nga utok. So bright
Yes,
kid
sir.
actually yung BAELs.
Yes, sir.
Bright kid sila.
Okay, sir. So, just to give our listeners a fuller picture, sir, can you share what your undergraduate program was and how many years you've been teaching?
I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. Dere, in Central Mindanao University. 2015 to 2019. I graduated last 2019, which is I was so happy 2019. Why? Pagka next year, pandemic na. So kami yung last, nagipapasok sa, I was very thankful. Last me nga batch before senior high. Last one me nga batch before nag-pandemic. Narag sa border, ginapermente. Ano sa border, ginapermente. So I graduated 2019. And then my master's naman, I finished that last year. Last sem, 2025. Yeah, last sem. Master of Arts in English Language Education, same in Central Mindanao University.
Loyal kay kasi Central Mindanao.
Yeah, even working din na pugo na po. You might imagine that. So how much more kung dili pa ikaw PhD? Ayaw na lang yun. Grabe ka inbreeding. Ang gitudlo sa mga teacher sa masters, mura pa yung teacher sa
Pero nakay-plan sir nga mag-pursue og PhD.
Yeah, pero ang may tabo mo na is that it would take money good. Kaya mahal din yung school of PhD. Ang tuition, ang dissertations, mahal din siya. So, wala pa ba ako nakakuan? Like, contractor pa ba ako? So, it would take good. Grabe nga money nga preparation para mag-PhD. And then, not just money, but also, when I'm prepared dapat kasi himself. Kay, you're going to handle or be in class nga. Seryoso yung tanan. Even your thesis sa dissertation sa PhD is very different from your undergrad and master's. Grabe gito siya. Like sa most education mang good is grounded mo kayo na you have to make your own theory. You have to so you have to give something. Really kay you have to prove lang something like undergrad lang master you have to prove lang something but in PhD you have to make your own. Wala nakapit sa PhD.
So, it will really take time, sir.
It will take time. And
Ikaw mag-prove sa theory nga imo ang gihimo ra pod.
Ano bitaw? Tama di ba? Imagine that.
Okay, so sir, you're also the advisor of TEA, our beloved publication. How has that experience shaped your view of teaching and mentoring?
I just appointed as TEA advisor this semester. So, wala pa yung kay ko naka-experience of handling them in an activity. Handle sila in a very big activity. Mura ako, ang handle pa ako na silang activity, gato pang assembly. But big activity, wala pa. Okay, but if I'm going to talk with the TEA Youth Organization, I am very impressed with Charles.
Yes.
So, yung president, impressed
Yes, sir.
ko sa Charles. So, yung, siyempre, maayo siya mo manage. Intelligent siya nga person. Professional po kasi nga person. Imagine kung tagaan siya position. And not just president. So, or imagine giving him position nga mas dako. Grabe, impressed ko ka, Charles. If I have to describe the organization. And then also, if I'm going to describe po the members of the organization, based lang during the assembly, they're very participative. During the assembly, kamali mo sa assembly nga, itong rampa, nga tanan gini kuan, even first years, nga naka-jersey lang, join with siya. Diba? So, very participative mga bios. And I love that idea sa TEALS. Sa mga TEAL members.
What's it like guiding student writers and editors, especially in a space that celebrates voice and creativity, sir?
Okay. Again, as what I have experienced, I've experienced writing, literary, creative writing when I was in undergrad or in high school. So if I get to notice most estudyante who are into creative writing, I get to remember my younger self doing that. But unfortunately, it's sad because I stopped doing that because I have to focus with work. So nawala na gid akong time into writing poems. Before I write poems every 24 and 25th of the month. That's actually my schedule gid siya every 24th and 25th of the month. I have to write poem. Murag ang feeling bitaw sa 24, 25 for me is nasa yung nostalgic na feeling, I have to write yung poem that poem. And then I stop when I start working. Because, muli na ako, kapoy na kayo siya. I stopped doing that. So, if I get to see students doing my creative writing, I get to see my younger self and I'm happy to see them. And I'm praying, hoping na sila mo stop, just like what I have done. Dali mo sa college, pag side ako teaching, nakawala na kayo si creative writing, especially because I handle na subjects na wala creative writing.
Ayan.
Ang subject is PORCOM. Ang PORCOM is on academic writing.
Yes.
Mo po ng kasagaran sa college, academic writing. So I get to teach students writing but not creative but academic.
So, based on your dates, sir, nga 24th and 25th of the month, na ba siya yung reason behind pa nga
Actually,
nostalgic
it has a
siya?
personal reason.
Oh.
Especially, October 24th and 25th of the month, kana sila nga they get. Because of October 24 and 25th sa month, that's the reason. And then, ako rin siyang gianad na nga 24 to 25th of the month na dayon, I write poems when I was in undergrad. So, I don't know if, I remember mo ng tula nga, isang daang tula para kang kailan. That inspires me before. Because, what if makaya ko na siya? Kaya I always do poems every 24 and 25th of the month. So, what if babot ko na? Even my classmates are actually encouraging me nga, Jake, you publish that. Because sayang yung mga poems.
Yes, sir.
But I didn't start. Na-publish lang siya because I have page sa Facebook. Pero ang tama ng publication. Pero wala rin ako sa napadayan akong page sa Facebook. Pero dito na sa tama. I-publish na ako akong
Pero nag-exist pa yung mga page up until now, sir.
karon kay kuha na siya. Ningo na kay akong page. What are you going to have sa akong page?
Basin pwede
Akong
na
poems
mabasa
ka na
imo
pala, sir.
pala, sir. Ay,
Ako sa i-review daan.
Ay,
Grabe na kayo siya ka two. Ako ba na itong poems ay two pang high school? Ay kada itong teenage life nga about popular about na simple pa kayo siya mga kan. Tapos sa college kay I'm more into na dayon about poems about the subject, poems about my teachers, poems about life. Because I get to kuan man dayon experience kana I get to learn creative writing sa mga subjects sa English. So natuno ka ay nami American lit before so akong mga poems can improve na din siya into di na siya about love about na din siya about politics about na siya improve na din siya
so,
wala akong gistop so ayan
so that, as what you've said earlier, sir, no, nga, pag makakita ka or makabalo ka nga na yung mga students nga nag-write creatively and gaka feel kag nostalgic something, it must have been bittersweet sweet feeling, sir, no? Kay, based on Atticus Finch quote nga, you will never understand a person unless you climb onto his skin and walks around it.
yeah not just with actually that quote that relates to also teaching
Yes.
di ba nga you cannot understand the students unless you experience what they have experienced. Diba? Like, it's okay nga ang estudyante maglibog sa klase because I understand them. Ako mismo before sa undergrad ko, galibog yapon ko. So, yung estudyante naglisod sa midterm, maglisod sa mga I have to extend the deadline. Kaya kabalo ko basta inani nga kuhan, maglisod po sila. Inana po ko before. Very gabos sa teaching.
Siguro, sir, no, kana dyan kay big heart for teaching mo ang lead ka ni Lord ana nga pag God's will dyan siya nga.
Yeah.
Especially understanding students ba kay sometimes manggod kanang because we're students we're kanang kailangan mi ba mag something
Mag-adjust, yeah.
tungod kay gihatag sa teacher sa mga inanang bitaw so we have to compel things and based on ginayon sir Mark rare gid kayo inanang nga teachers bitaw especially here sa college kay lahi ra gid
Yeah.
na inanang nga teacher
There's some would say nga, pang high school na kasi that thing eh, you're so understanding of your student. And then, I'll just tell them nga, when should I understand them? Kung magkuha na sila, they're so depressed na, or they're so sad na to the point na gusto na sa withdraw, ako ma-understand sila ha? Why not understand them at the very beginning? Para ma-adjust na ako akong teaching lesson nga, inani ako mga estudyante, so I have to inani pa akong teaching. Diba? Because in this generation, students can respond more to teachers who gives love, care, understanding, compared to those teachers who just enforce authority and power.
yes
Traditionally, teachers are just authority and power. I have no problem with that because kung authority and power lang ang istoryahan, it can develop good discipline sa estudyante. I have no problem with that. But we have to adapt with the changes society. Students now, Gen Zs now, are into teachers who can understand them, who can care for them. Why not be like that? You have to adjust with the society. You have to adjust with the students. Yeah.
Okay, sir. So, moving on. What's one piece of advice you always find yourself repeating to students?
Repeating
Yes, sir.
advice, I keep on repeating to
Yes,
students.
sir.
Actually, all of my students ang ginahando, I always tell them how I survived sa MU. From how God redirected me from engineering to education, I always share that with my students. Like, tanan yung estudyante nga mahandle na ako, gana share akong life. Especially at the end of the klase because, iba, part, mako na mo, di mo makita, so I have to give inspirational talk to them. So, I always tell that to them. Ako, how did I survive sa MU and how I was redirected from engineering to education. So, and with that experience, ako lang ma-share sila nga lesson siguro is, although yeah, some would say it's toxic positivity. Diba? To always say that everything happens for a reason. Yeah, some would say it's toxic positivity because pwede man nga, it happens because it happens. But for me, it happens for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah, and everything happens at the perfect time with God. That's what I always telling the students nga. Alam mo uban nga, if you ma-experience kag rejection, ma-stress ka, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're expecting something na positive. But kung ma-reject ka, sakit ka siya sa feeling.
Yes.
The feeling pa lang ha, ma-reject ka, that's very painful. Sakit na kanya siya sa self. How much more, kung mo pag siya overthink, how much more pag kung ma-stress pa ka na. So instead of thinking that it's a rejection, why not think nga, there's a better plan si God because of that rejection. Diba? That's ako mo ganang ginahuna permanente nga. If na something hindi mahatag sa kuha, may rason si Lord nga nang di. Wa niya gatag sa kuha. Kaya instead of overthinking nga ngano, usay man gud kung ma-reject atong kasagaran gid na blame atong self.
Yes, sir.
Siguro kulang lang preparation. Siguro kay makapili kay insecurity, siguro kay mas gwapa man gud siya, mas tsada man gud siya motudlo or mas tsada man gud siya ka na school gikan, mo lang siya ang nakuha. Instead of overthinking ang sala nimo, why not overthink nga unsa kay gusto ni Lord ipatuon sa kuha? Unsa kay gusto ni Lord nga matunan ako ani? Unsa kay better niya nga plan? Kung siguro kag overthink sa negative, ma-insecure ba gyud ka, ma-stress pa ka, matigulang kag sayo. Matigulang gyud kag sayo.
That's a very, very heartwarming din na quote, sir, ba? Kay, karon mang yun, murag nawala, bitaw na mulog ka kalubad na siya ba? Kay murag, kanang
Sumo na
murag
siya.
lagi, o kanang sumo ka ayo nga kanang, what if, kay kanang, nahitabo dito, or same sa mga hitabo siya, kay nahitabo siya, but there's something gina nga mga experience or situations ba nga may hitabo siya because there's a reason for that.
Unless if the reason is ikaw yung mismo hinungdan.
Oh,
For
yes,
example, bagsak ka sa quiz, ko mo ka nag-study, naglaglag, lumang ka. Ayaw pa sa gini si God, ana.
Oh,
Iba na sila. Hawa na study. Maganda sila.
So, moving on, sir, how do you handle days when you feel tired or uninspired?
Actually, that's also, iba, ganyan, I told you nga. One difficult thing about teaching is that there are some things that you can't control. Another difficult thing sa teaching is that one. Whether you are sick or not, bisa pag nagsakit ka, o gibulagan ka, or bisa, whatever you feel, you have to show up.
Yes.
You always have to show up to your students no matter how you feel. Malagi ka po kagilantan ka dira, you have to show up sa class. And you have to show good sa class nga okay ka. And that's difficult. Difficult na gani mo backlight ka nga di ka okay. Like just to show yourself sa people nga dili ka okay. Unsa na kag 1 hour mag-klase ka nga dapat di ka mababa ang estudyante, di mahalata nga sad ka. That's difficult for me. That's one difficult thing. And as teacher man go dapat role model ka, ginalook up man kanila, so dapat di ka just ugnaw, dapat dili ka sad ugnaw kay kung sad kag now, how can you deliver the lesson well kung yung estudyante ka na sad pug tanaw sa imuha. Nagbasa that's difficult also because whatever I'm feeling, I have to hide that and I have to show a perfect, not perfect, but I have to show a role model yung teacher sa tubangan sa estudyante. That's difficult.
It's really one of the hardest realities, sir, no, na the world will never stop based on what we feel. It will never stop for you because you feel this and that. It keeps on moving, so we need to keep moving.
Yeah, the only thing you can do is just to adjust
Yes,
and good and to
carry it all around. Yes.
hide whatever you're feeling and show up always.
So, if you could write a letter to your younger self, just starting as a teacher, what would it say?
To my younger self who dreams to be an engineer, who is now a teacher, unsa kong isulti siya ha? Siguro, do not be surprised if in the future you're not an engineer, and do not be disappointed because teaching is a privilege. You're so privileged na gidirect ka ni God sa teaching instead of engineering because imagine, teacher ka, ikaw ang gabuhat ng engineer. Dili ka ang engineer, pero ikaw ang katulog engineer. Ikaw ang gabuhat ng engineer. So that's bigger compared to your course in engineering. Diba? So that's what I want to tell to my younger self nga. If ever ma-meet niyo mo yung future self, ayaw ka disappoint. Because wa ka na engineer, but you're more than the dream you once dreamed. You are the maker of the people's dream.
That's so Lindor. So, last question, sir. What's your message to aspiring teachers, those who are still figuring it out or just beginning their journey?
Based on what I have experienced before, especially because I'm not into teaching it before, there really is like a beginning with sa akong education nga life. lagi mga tayo sa mga question ko, Lord, sa kay na, ngano ka diri ko, Lord, no? Sa kay, kani mga ano diri ko. So, like, there are really some doubts man ako dito, especially because, Lord, di man kong hilig tudlo. Like, masuk ko, mangutana kong mangod sa kuha. Nag-video ninong ko. Diba? So, ba man ako diri sa, I realized that pagka pila na ka semesters na, ano, teaching is not a calling. It's not just a profession. It's not a career path. Ng option lang nimo siya. Like, adali naman makasulod sa teaching ko. No. It's not a career path. It's not an option. It's actually a fundamental calling and it's a privilege you to be a teacher. Why? Because you are given the opportunity to mold minds. And that's actually a very privilege na ikaw ang mo shape sa utok sa bata. Ikaw ang mo shape sa future sa bata. Kung saan ikaw magbuot ng bata gusto nimo bad in the society or good in the society. Na kay opportunity.
Yeah.
But that's very privileged as a teacher. Do not be disappointed or do not be discouraged why dili ka gibutang into teaching. It's because that's actually a very big privilege yun for someone na mahimong teacher. A privilege kay siya to teach young students and then build their dreams.
It's a privilege po, sir, sa students ba to have a teacher like you, bitaw.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Yes,
Heart
sir.
like that kay dili jud tanan teacher makita bitong struggle sa isa ka student nga kanang suffer nasa sa depressive state and then nasa like teacher like you bitaw sir who understands like kanang lahi ra gid po na siya nga feeling sa mga students. Murag detach akong heart sir bisag wala ko ni mga student like lahi ra jud ang feeling bitaw nga
sir.
may teacher nga makasabot sa imong makarelate sa imo especially katong girl which is yung pinapaglaban because of her disability. Like, honor gid kay siya to have a teacher like you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Totally agree.
So, sir, quick lang gid ni siya nga questions. Last na lang gini. Like, questions na gid,
Yes, sir.
Fast talk.
Fast talk. Ito.
Kuya,
Fast
kuya,
talk.
kuya.
Yes, sir.
Kumanda na kumanda.
Wanda. Okay. Coffee or tea?
T.
Okay.
Lecture or workshop?
Lecture.
Favorite Filipino word?
Filipino word. Guro.
Delikado.
One book every student should read.
One book every student should read. Should I share my favorite book?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My favorite book is, I forgot the author, but I forgot the author. Why did I forget the author if it's my favorite book? But the book is about where siya ka na, it's my actually kung nain mo sa mga tanan about my favorite book kanya akong gusto i-share because dahil siya learning. The book is kung siya thriller siya. Tapos the story, hindi ako yung story, basta thriller siya dahil siya life lesson. I forgot the author but the title of the book is naman ko siya place. I forgot the place. The title of the book is wala ko sa utok.
Sige lang, sir.
Sorry nga,
Take your time.
wala ko sa utok.
Sige, sir. Take your time.
The book is Higgins Mark. Hilary Higgins ang author. The title of the book is basta horror siya. I forgot the title, basta horror siya. Mary Higgins Clark. Mary Higgins Clark ang author. Mother siya sa mga thriller nga mga kwan. Daghan ko nagbasa siya nga libro but kanang isa gyud nga kato kong favorite. I forgot the title of the book. But
Okay, like-
Mary Higgins Clark. I-search niyo si Mary Higgins Clark.
Okay.
Kasi musulo sa utok karon.
Okay, so
Sige lang, sir.
teaching in loafers or sneakers?
Again,
Teaching in loafers or sneakers?
sneakers.
Sneakers. Okay, that ends our fast talk, sir. And thank you so much, Sir Jake, for sharing your story with us. You've reminded us that teaching isn't just a profession. It's also understanding the students and letting them go to you whenever they're having these difficulties. That's for the classroom to be more fun in learning because there's understanding that props you up within.
Okay.
It's a legacy good, sir.
Yes, sir. And we are really, really honored to have you around here, sir. Nga na-interview ka na mo and we get to know you more. Kay we just know you as one of the faculties in the DLL nga there are even times, sir, nga kanang magkasabayan ganitag sulod, sir, kay magka-adtumista ka nag-DLL lounge, kinami klase niya, magano may mga, hala, teacher, dito, na to nag-reach.
Actually, nung ko akong problema ko sa
Yes, sir.
especially kung di ko mag-ID, tas magaling ko dyan.
Yes, sir, ay.
Like,
Baby kayo.
nato yung sa'yo na, enrollment officer mo sa first year.
Yes, sir.
Ano yung first year nga, Kuya, dari ko malingkod. Naka-ID ko ha. Kuya, dari ko malingkod. No, di ko teacher. That's actually one of my kung pag work yun ako siya because it's so difficult for me to build authority over students because I look like a student. Muna ako,
Yes, sir.
I have to build authority pero it's difficult for me because mura po ko estudyante.
Yes, sir.
That's one difficult thing. But it's also a privilege for me to be invited here because aside from I get to share my life to my students, I also get to share my life to this platform. So I'm very privileged and honored to be invited.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Sir.
Thank you so much.
Grabe dyan si Sir Jake, partner,
I
no?
agree,
Nadyo siya heart for the students, especially with those nga na ay disabilities. Kay he used his authority to show nga dapat dili i-marginalize tong student nga with disability just because of that reason nga ay namangod siya disability, so we need to make this separation from them because they have this kay it's not that it's a virus, no, nga pag makipag-interact ka ng mga person with disabilities, matakdan ka or so what. It's not that. And in fact, if makipag-interact ka sa ila and you get to be friend with them, one of their friends, maboost nilang confidence and they would feel nga, ay, normal magpudi nga tao because we have these people who accepts us for what we are, for who we are, right, partner?
Yes, right, good partner. I agree. Sir Jake has a big heart, dude, to understand it, to relate to students ba. I really admire that kay Sir Jake, partner. Kay wala lang din siya ga-teach, wala lang din siya ga-feed of mga lessons ba sa mga students, but
partner.
also life experiences and even kanang motivations ba, inspiration sa mga students mo, partner nga. Life does not end when you fail. Mo jud akong quote nga
Yeah.
na-learn sa iya, partner. His redirection about siyang course, sa iyang
Yes.
profession, grabe jud, partner. Nadud ko yung nakuha ko personally ba, okay? Grabe jud. So,
And it doesn't mean nga just because wala nimo na pursue ang imuhang course or program nga gina-dream since bata pa ka, it doesn't mean nga you failed. It
Yes.
means nga God is redirecting you for something better nga. He prepares for you. Kaya diba, God's redirection is always better than our plans.
Yes,
Right,
tama,
partner?
partner.
Yes, partner.
So, to all our faculty members, thank you for being our guides, our challengers, and even our cheerleaders. Happy Teacher's Day!
And that ends our episode this month. This is Telltale Podcast, the pod that tells you amazing tales. This has been Abigail B. Tanajeros.
And Eliza Marie Riaz, and you've been watching our Teacher's Day special Telltale Podcast. See you next time.